What's up and welcome back to My Hero Academia episode 17? Yeah, episode 17 of season 7. I'm so excited and happy to be jumping into this because the last episode was fantastic. We got the return of Jent and Brava and why is her name not popping into my head right now? Fucking why can't I remember it? Oh no. I mean, I only had her for one season. Even actually it was only just like 2 or 3 episodes, but still I love her. Why can't I remember her name? Hold on. Lady Nagant. Okay, it took me, I had to pause the recording for 4 seconds to remember it, and I remembered it as soon as I wasn't under pressure from the camera anymore. Lady Nagant. So we have them all back, which is really exciting for me because I love Lady Nagant, I love Jent, and I love Brava. So having all of them jump back into the fray is just so great. It's everything that I wanted. So yeah, let's just jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. All of that stuff helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction. And you can also get early access, exclusive videos, all this great stuff for both this channel and my Jent Watches One Piece channel. So you should go and check all of that out as well. But anyway, let's just jump into this. Here we go. This is episode 17 of season 7 of My Hero Academia.
Your wounds reopened. The death of you.
I don't care.
This is similar to
the direction of the enemy.
This is similar to All Might.
I'm sorry.
With Night Eye.
I can't help a jailbreaker.
Dragging himself along the wall.
It's not too late for you to fight on our side. You know the heart of a hero.
He said it wasn't too late for me yet. I can still take a stand.
You sure it's okay?
I'll take full responsibility.
Hell yeah.
And show you where we're engaging with the enemy.
Wow, Rocklock's coming in to help.
There. Then I trust you.
That's fucking awesome. Wow, what a surprising character to like jump in there. But I like it. Yes! That's so satisfying.
Every shot counts.
Oh, I love
got one more in me.
That illustration.
You and my replacement helped me remember what I'd forgotten. My reason to live. I am Lady Nagant. And I'll back you up as long as I can.
Holy shit! Oh! That's fucking awesome. Just shot off both his hands. Holy shit.
Abilities whenever he wants.
He can't be on the coffin. Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh! Oh, Jent was there. Oh, cool! They had a Jent and Lady Nagant to the OP.
Grateful piece of gutter trash! You kill your comrades.
Holy
and
shit.
act like a heroic martyr? What a weak-minded, rudderless coward!
What the fuck?
You could manipulate her into serving you, huh?
Oh,
That one should have kept your hands to yourself.
yeah.
The same tactic when you raised me. But you know what, Master? I didn't like that much. So I hid the core of my being deep, deep within.
Oh, I like
Little by
showing
little,
how All For
careful
One's
not
plans
to
are
draw
kind of
attention.
going against
That
him.
tiny piece, not yours.
Kuroki!
Holy shit.
This body's... Protect Shigaraki. No.
Oh. Oh, he's being torn. Oh.
My friends.
Oh.
And that poor excuse for a home. My end
Jesus.
goal is simple. Destruction of everything connected to that house.
Yeah.
Got it, hero?
Well,
Young man.
it sounds like you're beyond help, but we'll see.
Pretend I didn't see a scared little kid crying inside you.
Hopes with no capital. Fuck yeah, Gentle. Oh shit.
But I'm fairly certain that was the lad.
Yep.
Does that mean he trusts me to save it? I don't imagine he even knows I'm here.
He does.
There will be no criticism or acclaim.
It's just for you. Just for your spirit.
It's just me and the joy coursing through my veins.
Oh, no, but there are cameras.
Cameras, an audience.
By Jove.
It's through daydreams of my strength you may yet fall. Shut up and let me film. Verve.
Doing the best ever is being held responsible for that. We
You
should have
need...
taken better records of what went down.
Yep, you need
On
data.
that day, this will be different. We'll film everything.
I actually
The
like
world will
this.
see. That's how the business course does hero work.
It's a really good reason for someone to be filming the whole thing.
Stellar camera work. Keep it up.
Did my phone just call? Crap.
Hypo, what are you doing? Get us back in the air.
No, she knows what she's
Already
doing.
booted up the new system. Don't stop filming, heroes.
She's live streaming
The whole
it.
world needs to see how heroic my beloved Gentle is being today, but he's going to get the credit he deserves.
This is not what the cops signed up for.
It's getting lighter.
Tsukiyami's like, what the fuck?
Who am I? Protecting.
Oh, Kurogiri.
Mr. Aizawa! Prison Mike!
Oh, Kurogiri's gonna save them.
No!
Oh!
Oh, did he just?
I think, yep, Kurogiri saved them.
Perhaps that would be best for Shigaraki.
Well, maybe he's doing
Whatever his
both.
intentions. We'll trust in Midoriya.
Oh, Gentle, you look so cool.
There's too many!
You're going to be trampled.
Oh, shit.
Originally, authority will eclipse his stubborn rage. I'll easily keep Tomura in check.
Jesus, it's
Completion
so
of
horrible.
Demon Lord will end.
Like,
won't let you
he has
reach
no
Shigaraki.
loyalty to anyone.
This is our
Even
story.
Shigaraki.
You are not gonna get your way! This corrupts our lives! That ends now!
I don't know what you can do against him,
That goes
Hawks.
A future so bright, we can't help but smile!
Your wind blows in my favor.
Whoa! What the fuck was that? What the fuck?
Jeez, I was flying so
What is that,
fast.
Kami's
'Cause I wanted to
glamour?
be with you.
It's
Whoa, Biggie,
it's
hey.
Kami's glamour.
Reels is close. This is a total Riz cake. Can't unalive that snack. My grief era.
We were
They
sent
updated
as an
their
auxiliary
language.
defense force, police from UA.
Riz
They
cake.
haven't arrived yet.
Unalive.
Unfortunately for you, and took the liberty of inserting ourselves into the fray.
This is good. I'm glad Kami's here.
Now-
Yes!
Hero Course students!
Think you've won?
You sure that's all for one? Wendy get a face card.
I love Kami.
For my... That's what our enemy wants.
Good shit.
The battlefield is in chaos. We must turn the tide of the fight.
Okay, we're getting a bit more hope now.
We've got to get
Yes!
While not all range attack. Throw everything you've got and all for one.
Oh, this is great.
I need to touch a person's real body to take their quirk.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well. I guess you've reached a point of desperation.
Oh,
and are abandoning
Jesus.
caution.
What the fuck?
He's starting to add more quirks into his attacks.
Yeah.
Use the shield ports for cover. Stay strong. He's wide open.
Holy
Don't let him
shit,
on your
man.
backs.
You never witnessed my power when I was in my prime. Young generations don't remember.
Oh,
a
she's
time
using
before
sound
all
waves
might
to
was on the
shield.
rise. It was an era of impenetrable darkness.
It does look like it sucked back then.
Irritating.
We don't know much about you, though. They only teach us the important stuff in contemporary history. Totoro.
Oh, this is so great. I love all these
I'll
characters
kill
coming
the
back.
boy can troublesome wind. And
You,
then
no, you can't kill
start
Inasa.
stealing quirks.
Holy shit. His
His
hat!
Keep those vortexes going. Suck up
Everyone's
all
gonna
the
see that he's
power.
bald.
My powers work even better.
Oh!
Realization of power that can link people together. It's not just that quirk. You've been connecting people too.
Aw, that's nice.
Those are still full of hope and light.
All for One hates people
The
being
light is dying.
hopeful.
Enough of this! You naive fools are going...
Oh! Kurogiri's here?
Again.
Wait, or is it Dark Shadow? No, it's Kuro.
See.
Wait, no, it is Dark Shadow.
Many forms.
Wow.
Right to speak of it.
Oh, look at the little Dark Shadow.
Don't forget, Miss, you ruled. There's one that we've devoured,
Oh,
blocking out the light and enhancing my power.
oh my god.
Winds from the battle earth. All Might himself.
We know Dark Shadow's
You didn't
incredibly
steal
powerful.
Endeavor's quirk. His fire isn't touching him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see? This is why I was chosen to support these heroes.
Oh, that's awesome!
Dark Shadow, total release.
Oh,
How about I give you a tailwind?
oh, this is great! Oh my god!
Black Abyss,
Don't-
Blade of Boulder.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's no way. There's no fucking way. There's an after credit. Okay, there's a after credit scene. Still, that can't have been 20 minutes. There wasn't even like any recap or anything. A few minutes earlier.
Moments ago,
Okay.
the situation at hand was not yet as good or as terrible as it could be.
Oh god. Okay. So I mean, yeah, you can be making more of the others.
Bad as this looks, it could still be worse.
Yeah.
The real Twice created clones that were able to use the powers of the people they looked like.
Yep.
When Himiko transforms, she can only use a person's quirk if she likes them.
Ah, that's true.
Maybe creating as Twice can't use any quirks besides double.
Okay.
The copies of shigaraki because she doesn't have enough affection for them.
That makes a lot of
Guesswork,
sense.
And I could be completely off. A sudden change in her emotions could turn this entire battle on its head.
Mm-hmm.
The real Himiko Toga would be...
Where? In the middle?
Or even Ochako's.
I'll annihilate the hero.
I don't know if you fully understand them.
But Jean was able to do it.
Yeah, he was. This is something I didn't think about, but I like.
Why can't I become Jean?
Man, I loved that. There's so much there there's so much that's going on here that all fits within like what I understand about the show, but also is surprising me consistently. And like I have, you know, I think you can probably tell from watching these reactions, I'm a huge fan of BnHA. I've watched the entire show so many times at this point that that I really do like every time a new character comes back, or you know, an old character comes back, I am really excited about it because I truly have watched the show so many times that like every character kind of has some sort of special place in my heart. So this is great. I mean, like, basically, I'm so obsessed with this show that, like, funnily enough, I don't consume every bit of content about it because I'm obsessed enough that I want to have the best experience. So, like, I long ago could have read the entire manga. That, like, I loved it so much. I was like, I could read the manga and just like fully catch up on it. But I thought, no, I love this show. I don't want to have any sort of lesser experience. So I want to watch the anime version of it because I love the voice acting, I love the animation, I love hearing the music. The music in the show is fucking incredible, you know? I want all of that to be my first experience. And I want it to be in the voices that I way prefer, which is the English voices. So I'm willing to wait, you know, a couple weeks to get those voices, and I'm willing to wait, you know, the years or whatever for the animation to come out, just to get the greatest experience. But, you know, that, like, I'm doing all of that. I'm like Toga. I'm doing all of it out of love. So because of that, like, there are shows that I think I don't love as much that I would have been willing to just read the manga of, because it's not as special to me. So it's funny that like me being more obsessed with it actually makes me engage with this media less. But it, like, because of that, you know, I've rewatched the show so many times, and I know all of these characters and I love them all. And so when like Kami and Inasa and oh man, I can't remember the purple haired guy's name, which is embarrassing, but his name's only been said a couple times, I think. And they showed it in this episode, but my brain is saying like Yoichi or something, but I can't remember if that's right. But anyway, those characters coming back. Oh, it's Seiji is what his name is. Those characters coming back is very exciting because I really love them. I especially love Kami. I think Kami's so good. Especially like she's my type of character because like she's an attractive character, but also she is voiced by Brittany Karbowski, who I love. Brittany Karbowski, she's so funny and has such a strange, iconic voice. You know, like a lot of people will talk about, you know, how English voices, you know, you can hear the same types of voices, like they all have the same types of voice, or you can hear the same voice actors over and over again. And like, yes and no, I kind of think the same way about Japanese voice actors. Like once you start to watch a lot of subbed content, you're recognizing a lot of the voice actors, and also even if you're not recognizing them, the new voice actors that are coming in are often doing their versions of the old voice actors that are coming in. So I think it's actually just, when you're watching in English, you're more like, it's easier to recognize the same people, but and the same types of voices, but Japanese is exactly the same. Even though Japanese does have a greater pool, of course, it has a greater pool of voice actors, but for me it gives the same feeling. I'm like, this is this type of voice. This is the Ara voice. How many Ara voices do you hear in anime? 1 billion of them. I love the Ara voice. It's great. It's amazing, but it's fucking everywhere. And it's the same thing as in English voice acting, where there's like similar voices. So, but Brittany Karbowski, she's been in a lot. She has a very iconic voice because she's got that rasp to her. So no one else can do a voice that's like her voice, you know? Or they can. I'm sure people can do impressions of her, but like no one else has that voice natively. So always hearing that little bit of her voice, there's something about it that's comforting to me. And Kami is one of my favorite of her roles, I think. Like, I think if I was to say my favorite of her roles, my top 3 are probably Kami, what's her face? Kami, Yachi from Haikyuu, and the railgun girl, Misaka, or is it Mikasa? I think it's Misaka. Yeah, Misaka. Those 3 are probably my top 3, but I think Kami and Yachi are both like high up there, and I think Kami, I love her because when the dub comes out, obviously she's like Valley Girl. That's her thing. So they need to like put in all the slang, and I really like it. I'm someone who really likes characters that have like that stupid slang to it, and the fact that it's like these episodes are like updated to modern slang, or pretty modern slang at least, where it's using terms like Riz and unalive, and I really like it. Like, it must be so much fun to write her character, I think, because it's just like, she called him a Riz cake? Is that what she said? It's so funny to me. Anyway, look, I'm just gushing right now. I'm still on the high from enjoying the episode, so that's why I'm not discussing so much that's deep yet. So I guess let's try to transition to actually discussing stuff that happened in this episode properly. So Lady Nagant shooting off both of Shigaraki's hands is very awesome. Like, I love that she did that. It's essentially giving us time to adjust and change our circumstance, because if he had touched the ground, everyone would be dead, right? So, like, either he has to now wait for his hands to grow back, or to, you know, build new hands out of whatever, whatever parts of his body. But that was like such a good move. She only had a few shots and she used them perfectly. It was great. But now they can't use the coffin anymore, which makes a lot of sense. I loved Deku's like thoughts about it and reasoning for it. It's like, look, we can't erase him anymore. This is all very dangerous. The coffin is falling from the sky. All of this stuff just lends us to think this isn't gonna work out. We need to move him out of the coffin. And I love those like spur of the moment quick decisions that he makes, because it just shows how analytical Deku is. And it also, you know, it changes the location of the fight, which is great. It works really well. So I think this whole battle has been so well written to me. I love the way they're constantly thinking about it and tactics are changing. And the fact that it does feel like a tug of war between the heroes and the villains, constantly going back and forth. I think it's great. So I also really liked in this episode something that I don't think we've properly seen before. And that's, this episode really showed the flaws in All For One's manipulations. I think that's really, really great. Because we very often see All For One and his many plans that he's laid out, and how like his plans all seem to fall into line perfectly and it's all great. But like, because of the way because of how selfish All For One is and how much he doesn't care about other people, this stuff does start to fall apart. And we're now seeing like your lack of care and respect for the people that you have under you is what is going to be your downfall at the same time. It fits so well within the themes, because he probably could have, like, he probably wouldn't have had Lady Nagant against him if he wasn't such a selfish dictator type thing. Like, if he was just a little bit selfish, but mostly a good planner and a good manipulator and stuff, he probably wouldn't have put a bomb in Lady Nagant. Him putting a bomb in Lady Nagant is probably what sent her over the edge, you know? Like, Deku was convincing her, was probably 90% there, but the bomb made her go, okay, this motherfucker isn't the one I should be on the side of, because he tried to blow me up at the last second. So it really, like, it really turns people against you when you do shit like that. And same with Shigaraki. Like, you fostered Shigaraki, you like brought him up, you trained him, and you pretended to be on his side this whole time, but you're still being selfish and trying to take more and more from him. And now you've built up all this hate, and it's going to be directed towards you as well, because of the way you fostered this hate. You are also going to be on the receiving end of it, because you're not treating him with true love. You don't actually care about him. You're still using him like you use everyone else, and so he's going to be against you as well. So All For One has created the greatest army of both allies and enemies. And as soon as he is done with people, those allies turn to enemies. So yes, he's created this destruction, but he's created it all with this selfish want of him being the one on top in the end, and him being the Lord of Evil and all of that. But he's not going to get that. I truly don't believe he's going to get that. If I thought, if I was taking out the narrative aspects of okay, good's gonna prevail in the end and stuff, if I take those out of this show and I just look at how the situation is, and I think, who's gonna win, how's this gonna end up, based on how things are going right now, again, taking away the writing side of it, I would think that Shigaraki prevails, but All For One does not. All For One loses, he dies, and he's not controlling Shigaraki's body. That's what I would think. And Shigaraki prevails, and he destroys everything, and everyone is dead. That is what I believe would happen if I was taking away all of my preconceived notions of what storytelling is and where this series is going to be going. And I truly believe that's the case, because All For One has set all of this up, but he doesn't have the respect that he needs for building up an army. If he was strong enough solo to be able to take on the entire world, that would have been better for him than if he builds up forces to help him. But yeah. So like I think it's really interesting seeing that All For One isn't infallible. He is actually so deeply flawed that his own selfishness is making this fall apart. I like the way they're using the business course, because the business course, like, they haven't had a role in this series. I mean, we focused on both the hero course and the support course with a little bit of general studies from Shinso, but we haven't seen much from the business course at all. But I like this. Like, it's simple. I don't need crazy heroic moments for the business course, but this is pretty perfect, where it's like, they are just giving their all in filming, and they're going to film people because they're about marketing, and marketing is important for a hero society. You need people to know why they care about the heroes. And it's propaganda in a way, but, you know, you can take a propaganda at these nuts. It doesn't matter that it's like, what's important is we're keeping society from despairing. It is so much easier to spread fear than it is to spread hope. So much easier. Like, that's why, you know, hate-based marketing and content creation can be so successful. If I wanted this channel to be successful at any cost, I could probably just spread hate. I could probably just go and shit on everything and talk about how terrible everything is, because that would most likely get in viewers, and it would most likely have people share it around to be like, either to be like, oh yeah, totally, this is so mid, this is so awful, whatever, or people would spread it around to be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But regardless, you know, any press is good press. It would spread and spread and spread. Whereas me, I'm such a positive, optimistic person. I don't like spreading hate. I don't like spreading dislike of media or anything, really. Anything except I like spreading dislike of hatred, you know, of people who are homophobic, transphobic, sexist, you know. But I don't like spreading hate about things that don't deserve to be hated. So, like, I do think that something like what the business course is doing, filming everything and showing the heroics of what's going on, is incredibly important for a situation like this. So I love that. I think it's great. I already talked about Kami. I just got up to my note that says Kami. I already talked about that, but I love her. She's so great. I can't wait for her to do more. I don't know if she will do more, but I do like that little fake out of, like, you see All For One do this thing and it looks like, holy shit, Hawks just died? What happened? But then they start doing the Hawks lovey-dovey stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Kami's glamour. That's what it is, because she loves doing that. She loves doing, like, taking a man and doing some sort of, like, lovey-dovey thing with them. Which is very funny. Anyway, and the last thing is Toga's emotions, which is, like, a really interesting part of this fight. She has been a very emotive person throughout this whole series, and she does things based on her feelings, and her powers are influenced by how she feels about people. And because of that, like, she can't get All For One and Shigaraki and stuff, she can't double them and use their powers because, like, she doesn't seemingly care about them deeply enough. And I wonder, like, where they're gonna fully go with it. Is it because she feels they didn't care enough about Twice? You know? Like, does she have, like, deep down resentment for that. I mean, Dabi, I truly don't believe he cared about Twice. I think Dabi found him useful, but I don't think he cared about him at all. Shigaraki, I think, did care about Twice, but I don't know. I don't know if he like loved him, like, and I'm talking about platonic love, of course, but like I don't know if he loved Twice necessarily. But it's hard to know, or at least I feel like even if Shigaraki did love Twice, he maybe grieves in different ways than Toga, so Toga may not think that Shigaraki loves Twice. I think all of this is like, she had strong feelings for Bubagawara, and she, I think, is probably angry at everyone for not having strong enough feelings about that, you know? And I think she relates to Ochako because she knows, and to Deku, because she knows both of them do have strong feelings of love. She knows Uraraka loves Deku, and she can see that in her. And same with Deku, she knows Deku loves everyone. Like, that's the thing about Deku, is he has enough love to go around, and he loves to spread that love. And that's beautiful. That's really good. So I think Toga appreciates that about those people. Now, I was about to say, I wonder if Toga had Deku's blood, if she could use One for All, but I don't think she could because of the Monoma problem, right? Where Monoma says that, like, when he copies quirks, he copies the nature of the quirk, but he doesn't copy the energy that it stores up. So if she now at this point drank Izuku's blood, she would have One for All, but would only be able to, you know, like, it wouldn't have any of the power stored up in it, so it would just be the stockpile and the ability to transfer. However, that makes me think, like, does it go away? I think I've thought about this before, but does it go away when she turns back? I think I thought this, like, actually previously with like in the last episode, in relation to Bubagawara's quirk, but if she took Deku's blood, drank it, copied his quirk, and then and got One for All, and then passed it on to someone else, like through One for All's thing, would she have created a second One for All? Like, is that possible? And then could she have like let's say she takes it, she goes to Spinner, she gives Spinner some of her hair, or spits in his mouth probably, or something, you know, and then Spinner gets One for All, the new One for All, Spinner builds up the power, then maybe gives it back to Toga, and now she's got, like, you know, a little bit of One for All in her. And then there'll be two One for Alls going, and one of them was created out of the first One for All. Is it possible? I don't know. Because I doubt this show is ever gonna do that. But, like, I'm sure we could probably figure it out, maybe based on how the Twice ability works. Like, if Toga runs out of the blood, runs out of the time limit of the blood, which, by the way, in a previous video, I think I said it was like 15 minutes or something, and it's actually like an hour or something like that, or 45 minutes, something along those lines. So I was wrong, but it's a lot of time. But if the blood runs out and she turns back to Toga, completely to Toga, do all of the Twice clones disappear? If all of the Twice clones disappear, then All for One thing won't work, I think. But if the Twice clones don't disappear until destroyed, she just can't make any new ones, then I think the All for One thing would work. Maybe. Or it would, like, I don't know. Or maybe it wouldn't be able to be transferred after that, but the power would still remain. I don't know. Or maybe the power would, like, slowly dwindle over time. Maybe it would be similar to if you had, like, you know how how All Might passed on the quirk to Deku, but he had the embers of it left over within him, and they slowly over time dwindled. It was like limited power that he had, right? Is it possible that that happens with Toga, where it's like if she passes on One for All, then and then she turns back from Deku to Toga, that One for All becomes the embers, and then it just slowly snuffs out, which it would actually pretty quickly snuff out because there wouldn't be much power in it, so it would just run out like really quickly. But if somehow if she drank so much Deku blood, like she just had a straw in his neck and was constantly sucking blood from him for years and years and years, and she turned into Deku and got to stay as him for a long time, maybe you could build up enough power in that. Even then, I don't think it would be enough, because right now is the equivalent of generations and generations of power, and All Might was still only able to keep it for like less than a year, like only a few more months after passing it on. So I feel like yeah, no matter what, it would be difficult. But yeah, anyway, that's My Hero Academia season 7 episode 17. I didn't even talk about Tsukiyomi using his fucking Dark Shadow, but that's fucking sick, and I can't wait to see how that goes. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this video. Make sure to support this video if you liked it, liking, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, all that stuff helps me out a lot. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reaction and early access exclusive videos for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. But thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, goodbye.